Hi, it's me, Dan Joyce, and I guess I'm making a little Christmas holidays post. A lot of things in terms of mental health to talk about. A lot of depression, a lot of comparing, a lot of consumerism, a lot of things happen over Christmas. I made one mistake, not a big mistake, but I marketed my new book in person at Mo's Music and it didn't really sell that well, rather than spending it online. And why you do this online in the wintertime to market your items as an artist or a writer or whatever you're selling is because it's winter and people stay home and you've got Christmas and people buy. But I didn't really do that this Christmas. I sold some stuff, but because couldn't get to my storage unit, I had to refund some of the stuff. And so I had a bad marketing, but I still, as you know, plan on doing Comic-Con and WonderCon, saving my money. I'm in a crisis unit because you all followed along on my Facebook page, those who did, that I was having a hard time at the group home I was in. I got beat up by the assistant manager, who is a black woman, so I don't have a lot of pride in getting beat up there, but I got beat up, and I had to leave. And I guess the owner's going to give me some of the deposit back, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. And then I got some artwork and stuff, original art I got to get back. Christmas is just another day, but that's the problem. When you say Christmas is just another day, you're making it more depressing because you're not having anything special. Nothing fancy is happening. Nothing is good. You could take the mythology of Christmas, the nativity that in the Old Testament and whatnot, God was this huge, fearful, nature beast being that you had to pray to because if you didn't or whatever, bad things would happen. And God had the power of greatness and war and all these things. And then the nativity comes early in the Gospels and says that God was a little baby. God was a little helpless little baby. And this little baby had the power to bring peace to the world. And I like that story. So I've had a hard time over the Christmas. I was really angry at family because they cast me out. They don't like me. And I don't like them much either, but that's okay. I said a lot of mean things to my mom and my family, my brothers. Typical. They had Christmas without me. I crashed their party on the internet, and we got to argue politics and talk about the past and blah, 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 blah. No turkey dinner, but it was fun. Merry Christmas. Fuck you. But anyway, so they followed me maybe about what was going on there. Christmas isn't just another day. It's a celebration that we celebrate it years and years with gifts, with joy, with food, with wine, whatever, It's a celebration. And it should be. I'm going to be doing the projects for next year. I don't know where I'm going to be living. It looks like I'm going to a shelter or jail. Who knows? Woo! And I got to know some people in the last few days that I didn't know. I got to know a local politician, had some chats with him, Bruce Whitaker, and he's an interesting man. He wanted to hear what I had to say about the mental health system, some of the problems with it. And I told him all the problems, tried to give him some solution, and he listened to me. And the sad thing is Bruce's wife, Linda, has cancer. And I knew her better. I chatted with her, and she helped me write one of my books early on. I had some ideas that helped me write. Have You Taken Your Meds? My autobiography. And, you pray that people get better, or just hope that they are at peace or whatever, It's hard to explain, But it's beautiful that in spite of all the complaining and ranting and raving and horrible unfriending and blocking that goes on the internet, you actually make new friends this way. People who would not be your friends normally. As AA says, people who would not ordinarily mix, I don't go hanging around with state congressmen all the time. I don't, I get to meet people that would, and you know what? They realize how smart they are, you know. They got to do paperwork and pass bills and budgets and all these fancy things. I don't know what they're talking about, but they sure sound impressive. And they'll listen to me, you know. Some of our greatest politicians weren't great speakers. They were great listeners. And those who listened to the people led the people by letting the people lead themselves. And maybe in Christmas time, when we think about Christ, and I see it as mythology, but when you think about Christ, what he meant, maybe he just meant that we're all kind of good inside, and we should just let it out. Merry Christmas, everybody. Boo-boo!